Saturday, and we are back having double headers on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show, Sandy Paji. He must be happy for the game he witnessed last night at the Eden Gardens. But what's your take on these two games? First, describe your emotions. Record run chase yesterday you witnessed at the Eden Gardens.
As I said to everyone, since this IPL, my beard has gone white, and the reason why it's gone white is Punjab Kings because they have really this team when it's dead, when everybody thinks it's dead, it suddenly wakes up and they've got this performance in them all the time where they can the biggest mountain they'll just want to climb it. And yesterday we saw Johnny on fire finally, and then we have to say Shashank. What
Yeah,
an innings! What a
absolutely.
beautiful knock by Shashank. I think some of the shots he was playing, the sound of the bat, it was just like hairs on your chest. You could just hear the sound, ping, and it was
Absolutely.
six. And it was
Absolutely.
quotable, notable, horrible. As I said before the match, it's gonna
But
happen
also,
on
Paji, you
everything.
mentioned the two players. Would be harsh if you do not mention about Prab Simran Singh's visiting start.
Yeah, I think that was the platform. But again, the problem with Prab, he can't bat more than 6 overs. So as soon as the power player is
No, he
over,
got run out. It would be harsh.
he got
He
one
got
out. He was
unfortunately run
very
out.
unlucky this time. He was very unlucky. But I'm a betting man sometimes. If I was going to put a bet, I would say for Prab Simran will not bat the 6 overs fully. So although he did bat 5.5 balls, he still failed on the sixth, the power play. But hats off to the team. They took a battering with the ball. Some really good performances with the ball as well. Rahul Char coming back, he's taken a lot of criticism by the fans. He came in and then Arshdeep with the wickets as well. But amazing performance by Punjab Kings. Looking up forward to what happens today in the double headers.
Absolutely. But we'll start proceedings with today's day game first. It's the Delhi Capitals versus the Mumbai Indians. Let's straight away move on to the head-to-head between these two teams. G 15 is to 19 in favor of the Mumbai Indians. No surprises. But Arun Jaitley Stadium has produced belter kind of a wicket. It's not the only stadium that is producing belters wickets. We've seen Eden Gardens, Hyderabad. So what's the ploy of this year's IPL? 200 is an average total, I must tell you.
Yeah, yes, it's the impact rule. It's simply the impact rule. If you're batting well or you're batting second, you put a batsman on, you increase your batting. If you're bowling, if you're bowling first, you have that advantage of knowing what the score is. So I really think the Delhi ground is going to be a bit different to the rest because obviously it's only been used a couple of times. Like
Yeah.
we saw yesterday at KKR. That I think the wicket has been used three times. So spinners start getting more into the game. I still think that the Delhi wicket is going to be quite fresh, and it will suit some of the. We'll see a high scoring game there, definitely 100%.
Okay, you're saying it's going to be a high scoring game. I do not differ from that, to be honest. Small ground and so many hard hitting batsmen in both the sides. 200 plus is definitely there on the cards. Let's straight away move on to the pitch report for Arun Jaitley Stadium. And this stadium lately has been a batting first kind of pattern because both the teams that have won the toss, you can say chased Delhi Capitals won the toss both the times. Once chased against Sunrisers, they scored a mammoth total, couldn't get past that. But the second game, they batted first against the Gujarat Titans, scored a mammoth total and could defend it comfortably. So it's against the mighty Mumbai Indians now. It's a day game. We might see the spinners coming into play. So what's your take? What should the captains do after winning the toss today?
It's going to be a tough one, really, because obviously it's a day game. So the other games are mainly played at night, so there is other conditions that come in place. And again, the weather in Delhi must be really hot. It was hot when I left a couple of days ago, and it was absolutely boiling during the day. So again, that's going to be a factor. Would you want to bat first, stay fresh, mentally drain the opponents, and make them bat second with the pressure? I think that might be the way to go in today. I think what they want to do is make put the score on the board, put the mental pressure on the team that is batting second, and then being able to regularly take wickets because they have to attack. But again, the only issue there is the small ground. So again, if the ball is coming onto the bat, like we saw yesterday with Kolkata and Punjab, the team batting second was always going to have the advantage.
Okay, so fair enough. You have said your things about the Feroz Shah Kotla, which is literally known as the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and its pitch report. Let's straight away move on to the key insights the team have learned from the previous game. Starting with the Delhi Capitals, they won the comfortably against the Gujarat Titans at home. I think Akshar Patel was promoted up the order number three. I don't know whether it was a BCCI thing or whether he was definitely a tactical move. My day, Ricky Ponting, Rishabh Pant, Saurav Ganguly. I don't know about that, but it was a gem of an innings. He played 66 of knock. It was wonderful. Rishabh Pant, can you say, Paji, he's back in the cricket field with the bat, with the gloves as well. And Kuldeep Yadav, he has been impressive. Definitely makes to your squad for the T20 World Cup.
100%. Rishabh Pant is going to be the wicket keeper now for the World Cup. He's on fire. He's a lefty. He's brilliant with the gloves as well. Overall, very very impressed with Rishabh Pant. I was there on his comeback game at Mulampur, and the ovation the Punjab Kings fans gave him was absolutely electric on that day, and he played well. And he's
Yep.
been getting better and better every game. And I think he will be on that plane for the World Cup. And so will Kuldeep Yadav. I don't see a better spinner currently for India at the moment than Kuldeep Yadav. Maybe Pepper Patel takes his takes him to the cleaners, but jokes apart, Kuldeep Yadav is definitely the guy. He should be in the first 11 for India at the World Cup.
So when it comes to T20 format, you have Kuldeep Yadav. You are rating him so highly, absolutely correct. But once again, will it be harsh on somebody like Yuzvendra Chahal missing out?
Yes, but the problem with Yuji Chahal is the fielding and it's also the batting. I think that is the differential between the two. And I just think Kuldeep is just in that form where he puts the blue jersey on and he performs. And, some of the wickets in the West Indies, I think they really, really will suit Kuldeep Yadav. And I think because Jadeja is going to be guaranteed the spot, the third spinner kind could be Akshar Patel because they like him. So I think those three will be the main spin bowling attack for Team India, and Yuji Chahal unfortunately will miss out.
Okay, so you are saying Yuzi Chahal unfortunately misses out once again in an ICC tournament for India. But when it comes to the fixtures, Delhi Capitals have got a couple of winning runs in their belt, good for them. But now they face the mighty Mumbai Indians today in an afternoon game, and then they go to Kolkata to face the Kolkata Knight Riders in a span of one day. So, what's your take on these two fixtures, two important ones? Do you see by any chance they're getting 2 points or potential four?
I see this team potentially getting 4 points. And the reason why I see them started to build some momentum with the wins and the performances. Where they lost to Sunrisers, they would have chased that down as well.
Absolutely.
Again, it was just too much runs on the board, which made them fail. But they made that game competitive. Every game Delhi are playing now, they seem to be more competitive every game. So I see that team on the upward curve, and I see Mumbai Indians on the downward curve because quite frankly, they've been awful this season. The spirit looks shot. The captain looks, fatigued and mentally incapable of leading the team on the field. There's definitely stuff going on in the background with Rohit Sharma because we saw it with Madwal taking Rohit's word over
Yep.
Hardik. So I think there is a lot of issues with them, and I think Delhi, with the balance of the Indian bowling attack and then the foreign batsmen, I think they've got the right balance. The only issue for Delhi is can they get a tune out of Warner? Because I think that's where the disappointment thing is. We've heard today that Marsh is out of the game
Yep.
and Govardhan comes in. So I don't think Govardhan will play tomorrow, but I think Warner given a chance. I think he needs one good knock, and then suddenly you got Prithvi Shaw in good form and Warner, and then you got Fraser McGurk. It's looking good for Delhi.
And how impressed are you with this Fraser McGurk?
Very, very impressed. He's a baseball player, and he's got brilliant hand-eye coordination, and he's got power for such a small man. He doesn't look muscular to me, and he can just absolutely whack that ball. And if he gets going, like we saw with Johnny Bairstow, he's very, very hard to stop. As soon as he starts seeing that ball, and we've seen it. What he will do with spin, he seems to be able to play the spin as well. So they were saying that he can't play the spin, but he seems to be doing everything that Harry Brook wasn't doing last season.
Yep, absolutely, 100% agree. This is the right combination you have made. But going to the opponents, which is the Mumbai Indians, in the previous game they lost against the Rajasthan Royals at the Savai Mansingh Stadium. But here it is, Tilak Verma and Nihal Vadera batted beautifully in the middle stage to get them back into a good score. But Hardik Pandya's batting form has been a disappointment, not just for Mumbai but also for Team India's perspective. And the bowling, it is posted around 185, 190, and it was a one-horse victory for Rajasthan Royals. More I say about Rajasthan's dominance, it's rather Mumbai who couldn't give a fight back.
absolutely thrashing that they got. They got a thrashing in Jaipur, and I really really worry about this team because yes, Tilak Verma looks quite good. Sky looks he's either going to be in for a long time or he's going to be out quickly. Rohit seems to be 30, 35, score and then get tired. Krishan hasn't done really much this season as well, so they're really struggling with their batting. And only Bumrah really gives them the bite with the bowling because Courtesy doesn't look anything special to me, and I really think that they have really, really struggling, and we will see what happens on the Delhi wicket. And I think Delhi's batting seems better than Mumbai's batting, and I think the bowling attack, if Khalil performs, their bowling attack is probably better as well.
Okay, so you have given your says about the Mumbai Indians as well and their performances. They face the Delhi Capitals today, and then they go to the Ekana Stadium to face the Lucknow Super Giants. The big fixtures. Can you see 2 points at least?
I can't see it. I can't see it. Again, the evening game for Lucknow is going to be important, but I actually do love Lucknow. I think watching them, with again young Indian pace bowlers, and Puran is playing really well, and
Yep.
Stoinis. They did Axel with Stoinis. They put Stoinis at number three. Will we see Stoinis at number three? Because if Stoinis starts seeing the ball again, another unplayable player that they have, and that suddenly gives them, that extra thing. That I think their Achilles heel at the moment. Look now is Padikar. So what do they do with Padikar because he's just not performing? So, but I can't
Absolutely.
see Mumbai winning the two games. I can't see
You
them.
can't see Mumbai winning 2 games. Okay, we will see what happens in the results for Hardik Pandya and his team. It's time. Let's move on to the players to watch out for. Going to the players to watch out for, here are the 6 players I have chosen, Paji. Rishabh Pant, Prithvi Shaw, and Kuldeep Yadav for the Delhi Capitals. Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, and Jasprit Bumrah for the Mumbai Indians. Any changes for you, or did I sum it up?
I would just say maybe take out Prithvi and put Fraser McGurk in there,
Okay.
and simply just for the watching stuff. But again, and maybe Sky's not performing. I'd expect Tilak to perform because I like Tilak Verma. I think he's an absolutely gem of a player. So again, not extravagant as Surya Kumar Yadav, but if it's a close chase and the sky is out, I think Tilak Verma is the batsman that can see them home. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And obviously for me, Rishabh Pant and Rohit. If Rohit can set the balance, set the score up early for Mumbai Indians and gets a big score, which then Delhi have to chase. I think that's going to be what they're going to do. They've got to follow the model that Sunrisers had. If Mumbai bat first, get 245, 250 on the board, and that will probably get Delhi out the game. But I just can't see them getting that score.
How the time has changed now. We are talking about an average score of 240, 245 to be placed in a T20 game. Amazing scenes, to be very honest. We're done with the top 3 players to watch out for. It's time, let's move on to the top 3 battles in this game. Here are the 3 battles I have for you, Paji. And Akshar Patel versus Surya Kumar Yadav at the top. We might see a Jasprit Bumrah versus Rishabh Pant. I probably wanted a Jasprit Bumrah versus Jake Fraser Magak to be seen with a new ball. And a Gerald Kodzi versus Jake Fraser Magak, pace versus baseball batting. Which one are you most excited to watch out for?
Rishabh Pant versus Bumrah. I think that's going to be an absolutely humdinger of a battle. And I think, obviously, if Delhi are chasing and Rishabh is in at the end overs, we want to see what Bumrah does or how Pant plays Bumrah, because I think that is the acid test for every batsman now is Jasprit Bumrah, and I think that's the only thing that's going to keep Mumbai going. Hopefully, mega auction Bumrah moves away from Mumbai and comes to Punjab because I would love that. But again, I just can't see. I can see that as a key battle. If Delhi are batting second and chasing a score, and we get into the 14th or 15th over, what Mumbai do with Bumrah if Pant is in, because I think that's going to be a real
Yep.
match-changing moment of this game.
Okay, so you have summed it up. Jasprit Bumrah versus Rishabh Pant is your ideal one. We might see Akshar Patel rolling his arm over versus Surya Kumar Yadav, Mr. 360 to be very honest. And a Gerald Kodzi versus Jake Fraser Magak, who might just bowl with a new ball against Jake. If Warner doesn't play, I think he opens once again for the Delhi Capitals. We're done with the battles as well. Let's straight away move on to the predicted playing 11. For the home side, the Delhi Capitals, unchanged team. I'm going very much, but I think Ishant Sharma, if fit, definitely comes back into the team in place of Andrik Nokia, who has not been at his best. And similarly, David Warner in for Nokia is what my only change is.
No, I agree, and I think to be fair, Ishant Sharma has been absolutely amazing. I watched him at Mulampur live in the first game, and to be fair, I was shocked how good he was. He was absolutely brilliant, and he got injured within the game. And had he
Yeah.
not got injured in that game, I really would have fancied Delhi probably to win that game because I think he needed to two wickets in early on, and then he was just they couldn't hit him, and he's bowling at a really good pace as well. And I think that would be happening. But I just like this balance of all Indian attack and then trying to get Nochia out because obviously he's very expensive at the depth, and trying to get Warner in, or even maybe start with Joseph Fraser McGurk and put Warner in at 3 or 4. That might be a plan because obviously he's not kicked off this season, and just let them score the runs freely at the start, build a platform, and then you got somebody like Warner coming in because he doesn't he. I say opening or third. I don't see a big difference of what any of that. So I think maybe Fraser McGurk to open and Warner to come in at 3 just to give them that bit of extra depth of the batting because they need help with the batting because they haven't really got the Indian batting sorted.
Okay. Okay, so you were saying the same team as just like I said, but going to the opponents, which is the Mumbai Indians, unchanged team for me as well. But I don't think so. Mohammad Nabi is useful in these conditions because if you're not giving him enough bowling or batting, he's a waste to the side. So I have kept him out of the side. I think Nuwan Tusara made his debut. He will continue with the Gerald Kodzi as my two all overseas bowlers with Nihal Vadera at number 7. What's your take on this playing 11?
I think Nehal Vadera has done enough to keep his spot in the team. Nabi is the one again, as you said. What do they do with him? If they're not batting him or not bowling him, then it is a foreign slot that he's taking. But again, we'll see what the conditions are. It's a day game. Is it going to be spin friendly? Other than um, Joe Joela, I don't think
Yeah.
they've got a quality spinner in the team, so I really think that they will struggle on the spin department. They haven't got the spin sorted for quite a long time, so I really think that overall the two teams, the better balance is definitely with the Delhi team.
Okay, so Delhi has a better balance, says Paji, when it comes to Delhi versus Mumbai. We're done with the playing 11 as well. It's time, let's move on to the predictions time now. Spaji, match number 43. It's between the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Give us your percentage. Is it 50-50 or is it going towards any of the sides?
I'm going 60-40 to Delhi Capitals simply because they have the momentum. They
Okay.
seem to have the team spirit sorted now. The Ponting Ganguly management duo seems to be all really sweet at the moment, and they seem to have momentum with the batting and the bowling, whereas Mumbai look like a mess. So again, but Mumbai do have the two game changes for me, and that is Bumrah and Sky. So if Bumrah and Sky do not perform, I don't see how Mumbai Indians can win this game.
Okay, so you have given your predictions. You are going towards a 60-40 to the Delhi Capitals. We're done with the day game of the Super Saturday. Let's straight away move on to the night game. It's LSG versus RR. Match number 2 of Super Saturday, Paji, is the Lucknow Super Giants versus the Rajasthan Royals. Both the teams need 2 points. More the Lucknow Super Giants, less the Rajasthan Royals because they are climbing up the table right at the top. But what's your take on this game at the Ekana Stadium?
Really going to be an interesting game. You've got two very, very good teams. For me, Rajasthan have been the best team overall in the tournament. The best batting, the best bowling, excellent fielding as well. They've got the three bases in their team, and that's allowed them to be, the standout team in this IPL. Then you've got a team that is very, very dangerous, and that team is Lucknow Super Giants. Hopefully, we'll see Mayank Yadav return tomorrow, and then they've got a good young Indian pace attack, and then they've got some really good stars like Stoinis played really well in the last game, and we've also Puran, and obviously captain by KR Rahul, who I really love as a player. Watching him, seeing him as the captain, and he's a very good example to this team. And Puran as the vice captain is doing such a great role. I saw
Yeah.
a social media post on him today, and I do love JL. So I think I've got a soft spot for Rajasthan Royals, as everybody knows, but I also think look now, it's a very, very good, exciting match this will be.
Okay, so you are very much excited to see this game. You're going a little bit in favor of Lucknow Super Giants before we go down to proceedings, is what I understood. But let's straight away move on to the head-to-head between Rajasthan and Lucknow. And here it is, Paji. Four games have been played. Three towards the Rajasthan Royals, only once towards the Lucknow Super Giants. The Ekana Stadium has been a little bit of a happy hunting ground for the Lucknow Super Giants, I must tell you. So talk us through this fixture. How do you look into the Ekana Stadium? Do you still see Lucknow's threat, which is defending targets? They will continue to do that, but recently they have both the times against the Chennai Super Kings, they've chased down targets and won the game. So what's your take
Yeah.
on this fixture?
I think Lucknow can win both ways. That's what I like about this team. If they set a 160, 165 target, I still think that would be too low for Rajasthan. I think Rajasthan's batting is in really good form, so I think they've got to chase that 160 to 185 for them to be in the game if they bat first. And whatever score Rajasthan get, I still fancy if the batting fires look now to be able to make it competitive. And again, form is important, momentum is important. Can they employ Stoinis in the game like he did last time? Because if they get that Stoinis, then no ground is big enough for that man because he's just a beast of a player. And then we're seeing someone like Puran, who's now finally, to his talent, has added imagination and brains. He knows where the score is. He knows what to do, and he's leading that team after KRL with, aplomb. So I really, really like Lucknow Super Giants, but they are up against the best team for me
Yeah.
in this IPL.
Okay, so you have summed it up. You are still saying the Rajasthan Royals are the best team on in this IPL, and I couldn't agree more because that's the reason why they're at the top of the table. We're done with the head-to-head between these two teams. Let's straight away move on to the Ekana Stadium and its pitch report. So here is the Ekana Stadium. It has been a happy hunting ground for the Lucknow Super Giants. Defending is the target out here. But Paji, what's your take? What should the captains do if they win the toss out here?
Again, you will be an issue. So if it is, we haven't seen the weather reports there. I think I would want to chase. I think both teams are strong with batting, but I think I would want to know what we've got on the board and be able to chase that. And I think that if Lucknow do bat first, they've got to set Rajasthan a score above 175, 180 to be
Okay.
competitive because of the strength of their batting.
Okay, so you're going with the team winning the toss will elect to chase, and if Lucknow chases, you are fancying them more than the Rajasthan Royals. We'll see what the captains do today at sharp 7 p.m. We're done with the pitch reports. Let's straight away move on to the key elements the teams have loved from the previous game. Starting with the home side, the Lucknow Super Giants, they breached the Chipok. I must tell you, Paji, against the Chennai Super Kings. Marcus Stoinis, the new number three for the Lucknow Super Giants. He batted, scored 100 out there. Killed Raul's great captaincy because no matter Chennai Super Kings reached 210, he kept things tight and kept them down from a 230 point of view, I must tell you. And Purans and Deepak, who does handy cameo at the end, alongside Marcus Stoinis, helped them get over the line. Which one was your favorite moment out of these three?
The Stoinis century coming at three because I've been a big critic of him. Obviously, he played for Punjab many years back, and we saw what the talent was there, but there was just no end result. And he absolutely made a blistering stamp on that game. To do that in Chepok, absolutely amazing, and that's what I'm saying now. I think the confidence in the Lucknow team will be a sky high, and they will believe that they could chase any score Rajasthan put on the board. I
Okay,
take
so
them.
you are fancying the Lucknow Super Giants still, but when it comes to the two fixtures, you're going to face both home games against the Rajasthan Royals and the Mumbai Indians, two tough ones. But how many points do you see them getting from these two fixtures?
Potentially four, maybe two. I
Okay,
think I see them beating MI
okay,
convincingly. I see them beating them convincingly. I say this is a 50-50 game, and I think the team chasing will probably end up winning this match.
okay. The team chasing will probably end up winning this match. You're fancying Lucknow versus the Mumbai Indians. Going to their opponent, which is the Rajasthan Royals, they convincingly defeated the Mumbai Indians the previous game. Sandeep Sharma was rock star, came back into the team, took 5 wickets. Bolt struck with the new ball once again, and Yashasvi Jaiswal's fabulous 100 has kept the BCCI selectors in the edge of their seats. Which one are you most excited? Which one did you love the most?
I love Sandeep Sharma because he has Sandy on the back. So I love Sandeep Sharma, but for me, it was Yashasvi Jaiswal's 100 because he was falling down the pecking order. Yeah, everybody knows now it was Rohit and Virat, and then suddenly Yashasvi comes up with that innings, and then the selectors are scratching their heads again. What should they do? So I think the pressure was on Yashasvi to perform, and boy, did he perform in that game.
He delivered when it required. But you mentioned the three names. Does that mean Shubman Gill is just slightly out of the edge?
Yeah, I think Shubman will be out of the game simply because Yashasvi being a lefty, it will just give India that more option. I think there's not much difference between two players, but Yashasvi for me will definitely be on that plane because I think they need the left-right
Because he's
combination.
like lefty. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lefty righty combination. A Shubman is probably too similar for me than to Virat. He'll need some time to settle up, and then I think it was Yashasvi can go on from ball one. So I think that would be happening. I actually do think India will probably end up taking KR Rahul as the backup opener and the backup wicketkeeper
Wicketkeeper.
for Rishabh Pant. Yeah.
Okay, so we will see what happens. You have given your bold predictions, to be very honest. But when it comes to Rajasthan Royals, on the road, couple of games, Lucknow Super Giants, and then they go to Hyderabad to face Sunrise Hyderabad. That's a huge game between these two teams. Which one are you most
Massive.
excited? How many points do you see Rajasthan getting?
Yeah, I say Rajasthan could win that game, but I just still think the template for Sunrisers is to bat the opponents out of the game. So I think if they can do that, then yeah, fine. If not, if Rajasthan set up a big score against Sunrisers and Sunrisers then has to take risks with the pressure of the scoreboard, I think that's where the Achilles heel is. And again, the bowling attack of Sunrisers compared to the bowling attack of Rajasthan Royals, I would always pick the Rajasthan Royals bowling attack over the
Absolutely.
Sunrisers. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. That sums up the key learnings from the previous game. Let's move on to the top three players to watch out for. Starting with the three players I have picked from both the sides: KL Rahul, Nicholas Puran, and Ravi Bishnoi for the Lucknow Super Giants. Rajasthan Royals, it's Sanju Samson, Riyan Parag, and Avesh Khan. The six players here it is for me. Sum it up for me, please, Apaji.
Yeah, I probably stop with Stoinis instead of probably KRL. But I would agree with the obviously KRL's captaincy there. But Stoinis, what would he do at number three against their bowling attack? And that's what I want to really see. And again, Avesh, maybe I'd get Bolton instead of Avesh, simply because if for Rajasthan to win this game, can they break through that opening pair and get say Stoinis out or KRL out before the power play? Because if they do that, that will put a lot of pressure on Huda, Vadoni, and these types of players to perform, especially if they're chasing a big score. So probably the two I would chase. Definitely get Trent Bolt in because I think he's bowling really, really well. And then obviously for KRL, I'd probably end up putting Stoinis in because if he
Okay.
performs well, I think they
Yep.
could chase it.
Absolutely. If he performs well, they can chase any target, to be very honest. So you've summed up your three players to watch out for. You've summed up all these six players. Very happy for somebody like a Riyan Parag. Paji, you might know him very closely. Very, very happy for him progressing in this season. Avesh Khan has delivered. Hopefully, he makes the squad for the T20 World Cup as well. We'll see as the
No, not
time
really,
says.
not really. We won't go that far.
Not,
I won't go
not
that far.
far. Okay, that's
There's
interesting.
better bowlers. India has a lot of better bowlers than Avesh Khan. If we take Avesh Khan, probably there is something wrong with the selection process because there's
So
there's
you're going
definitely.
Mohammad Siraj ahead of Avesh Khan?
I probably would go with Siraj. Definitely Arshdeep is there for me, so Arshdeep is
Yeah.
there, and I kind of like Mukesh Kumar. He's a bowler that I really do like, basically because he's very very good again at the depth, and he's very mischievous with the ball. I think he's got a lot more ball skills than Avesh Khan. I think Avesh Khan is too one-dimensional, so he's either really hot or he's really cold, and I think he's a guy that can go for a lot of runs as well. So I
Okay.
probably would for India. I would definitely look at other alternatives, and maybe even Mayank Yadav. I'd place ahead of Avesh Khan.
Ah, Paji, come on. You're going too far. This is what I would say. But let's see what time says. Let's straight away move on to the battles to watch out for in this game. Three battles for me has to be a Trent Bolt versus a KL Rahul at the top, Josh Butler versus Mohsin Khan for me, and a Sandeep Sharma versus Nicholas Puran at the death. Which one are you most excited to watch out in these three?
Very tough. But I'm going to go for KRL and Trent Bolt simply because I think if KRL is to play Bolt out of the power play, and not lose the wickets. I think that will be what Lucknow want, and I think the most dangerous bowler still, as the pace bowler comes in, it's definitely going to be Bolt. So Bolt versus Rahul will be an interesting battle. If Rahul can stay through the power play, I think then he sets the base either whether they're batting first or batting second for the
Okay.
other five now to come in. And they've got to try to get Pooran in and Stoinis in around the 8th to the 15th over. They have to get those two batsmen in, to get them the extra runs because I think Deepak Hooda takes his time to come in and Bardoni you can't really trust. So I think those two players need to come in at the right time within the innings.
Okay, so you have summed it up very much lately about the battles as well. Mohsin Khan has been delivering good for the Lucknow with the new ball. You might just see him poking away against the Josh Butler. And even Sandeep Sharma at the death has been fabulous. Last wicket, five wickets in the last match. Nicholas Pura, no introduction about him. We are done with the battles. Let's straight away move on to the predicted playing 11. Home side, Lucknow Super Giants. Pali, here you will be happy because I also have a Mayank Yadav in my 11 because I think he's likely to play today's game. Very excited to see how he plays. Matt Henry has been delivering good as well as the overseas player in place of Naveen Ullah. Same playing 11, no changes for you?
No changes for me. Obviously, Matt Henry, I've been impressed with in the last game, and we want to see a fit Mayank Yadav because I think Mayank Yadav, again, another battle we didn't talk about is Mayank Yadav versus Josh Butler and Sanju Samson. That would be classic too.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be classic only if he plays. But going to the opponents, Rajasthan Royals, entire season they have been unchanged, sticking to an unchanged 11.
Yeah, why break something that doesn't need fixing? They're getting the results. They're playing really well. They've got a very good balance of spin bowling and pace bowling. The batting is all in form, and I think they've just got their fielding on point as well. So the three elements of their play is all playing well. So I think again, injury permitting, illness permitting, I won't be changing or tinkering with any of this team.
No changes for both the sides, says Falji, and I accept it. And we're done with the prediction playing 11. Let's straight away move on to the predictions time now. Match number 2 of Super Sunday Paji. It's Lucknow Super Giants versus Rajasthan Royals at the Ekana Stadium. You said the team winning the toss will be advantage, the team chasing has an advantage. Is it 50-50?
Yeah, 100% 50-50 game. Two good informed players, good teams and players, got good bowling attacks. Ravi Bishnoi versus Yuzi Chahal. That's an
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
internal battle as well. You're looking at Josh Butler and you're looking at KR Roll, and then you're looking at Nicholas Pooran, that kind of player. So who could do a lot of damage. And Rian Parag. Rian Parag hasn't performed properly in the last two games, but that's one of the players. That fourth batting position, the third or fourth batting position, is going to be very vital to see if that one team can go over the line. But it's a very, very close game. I'm going to go for 50-50. I'm sitting on the fence, and I'm going to make sure that the team, if I win the toss as a captain, I want to be chasing in this game.
Okay, team winning the toss chasing. We might get to see what happens at 7 p.m. Paji has given his predictions. He has said 50-50 in the evening game of the Super Saturday. We are done with the predictions. Thank you so much, Paji. We're done with
Thank you.
covering Super Saturday from the Delhi versus Mumbai at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, all the way to the Ekana Stadium, Lucknow versus Rajasthan Royals. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Sit back and
Thank
enjoy the
you.
game. Thank you so much, and bye bye.
Bye bye.